Let's speak to some Gooners. Ashley is with us on the show. How you doing, Ashley?
Yeah, not too bad, gents. Yourself?
Yeah, good to have you on. What do you want to say about Arteta and Arsenal?
I mean, I totally agree with you. I mean, it's not often I agree with you, Age. It's just, I just don't know. I'm at my tether's end with it. It's just this club is rotten from the top up. The board are to blame for it. But I agree with you. Arteta is not, for me. He's just, as you say, he's a rookie. For a club like Arsenal, we need someone to come in who's got a bit of nous about them, someone that can motivate these players. And one of the biggest problems, I think, is that these players all think that he's their mate rather than their manager. There's a couple of them that have played alongside him when he was a player for Arsenal. But, like you said about Aubameyang, it's a massive, massive problem when we're not scoring. You can't put the blame on him because he dug us out of a hole last year and the year before that. But at the same time, if he's not scoring goals, with the greatest respect to him, he's kind of useless on the pitch. If he doesn't have that ball played into his feet, he's useless other than that.
I don't disagree with that, Ashley. Two things about that. I think this focus on Aubameyang and the comparison with Ozil, I think is really, really weird. I don't get it at all. This is a striker who's running through a bad vein of form. I think we all knew that he didn't really offer much besides goals, but nobody seemed to say anything about that because he was scoring goals. But the point is, Aguero was the same at City, and Pep Guardiola changed his game, improved the player. Well, is Arteta going to do that with Aubameyang? I've got no confidence of that. Have you?
No, I don't, absolutely. And I'll give you a prime example of it. Wenger saw this, even Freddie Ljungberg saw this, and I believe he actually explained it on Sky Sports.
Yeah, he did. Lacazette, Aubameyang,
and Aubameyang at the same time, it unbalances the team, and you can understand why. If you're going to play Aubameyang, this is my view, you play him down the middle or you don't play him at all. It's as simple as that. The system is suited for him, for that. That's the reason we signed Odegaard. It's for that. It's to offer that style of play for Aubameyang, So you either play him on the middle and you buy, or you let Martinelli take up the left wing position or somebody else, or you don't play him at all. That's the reason we gave him the contract. Why are you giving this guy a new contract who's in the prime years of his career to play on the left-hand side?
Yeah, I find it a little bit odd, and he's clearly not getting the best out of him. And I think that the manager has to be questioned on that, has to be scrutinised. Let's speak to Michelle, another Arsenal fan. Hi, Michelle.
Hi. Thanks for taking my call today. The alarm bell started ringing when he sold Martinez, because when Martinez came in last season, he was commanding. The defence trusted him. He was communicative. He built relations with the back four, and then he got sold. And I'm wondering, 5 years down the line in Arteta's managerial career, would he have made that same decision? So that was the first one that started ringing bells. And then playing Aubameyang out of position, putting Smith Rowe in, his ball retention, his interceptions, his pace, his link-up play was all great. Odegaard comes in, he's either not playing or he's shafted out wide. And then the chopping and changing of the defence. Like, how can these people build relationships? How can they build a central pairing? And how can they build relationships around the pitch when it's chopping and changing all the time? I came on this show 18 months ago and was ecstatic about Arteta, but even my patience is just starting to wear just a little bit thin.
Good call.
Yeah,
absolutely
really good.
Spot
Cheers,
on
Michelle.
in everything she said. I agree totally on the goalkeeper situation. And I think a lot of fans would. I mean, Martinez this season pulled off some absolute belters. And he would give me more confidence if he were between the sticks.
The defence is a real issue. The back four they finished with, I believe, on Saturday was Chambers, Holding, Gabriel, Cedric.
Yep. Not good enough.
When was that ever an Arsenal back four? When was that ever an Arsenal back four?
It was a bad day at the office for Gabriel as well. I mean, he made some errors, didn't he, in that game in the second half. And you can't, at that level, no matter who you're playing in that, even it showed against West Brom, a club that are probably going to get relegated, right? Chelsea made error after error. And when you make an error, even against the bottom sides in the division, they'll punish you. The quality in the Premier League. And you can't have a team that are hoping to finish in the top 4, top 5, making those errors and making so many of them over a season. And that's why they're 10th.